Hey guys, so if you watched last week's video, you'll know that I broke a cardinal YouTube rule and filmed way too much content at once. So this week you get the second half of last week's video. I hope you guys enjoy.
The last seed that I'm going to start today is Nasturtium. In most of the country, Nasturtium is a spring and summer flower. Here in Florida, it is a every season except for summer flower because everything dies in the summer except for the Thai soldier beans and sweet potatoes that you can see behind me. These are seeds that I saved from our Nasturtium last year. So my hope is that they've had some very small adaptations that have been passed down to help them be even more productive than they already were. There is a trick with Nasturtium. So I'm going to show you guys this seed. It looks like a fairly large seed, but this light brown bit is actually a shell for the seed. The best way, I'm told, and I have had some success with this, to start your Nasturtium seeds is to lightly file some of this shell off until you can see the seed underneath. So you don't want to do it really hard and really gung-ho, just like a couple scrapes on something rough, just until you can see the seed inside. You don't want to damage the seed. You just want to be able to see it a little bit. So I did a little filing, just to review. This is what this seed looks like. Please forgive my manicure. You want to file it to the point that what the seed with the shell looks like. You want to file it to the point that the seed is just barely visible. I hope this helps. All right, you see that dark brown? That's the seed. That's what you want to see. You do not want to do what I did on this one. So this one might be damaged and reveal the white. If you do it a little bit, it'll be fine. It helps you hedge your bets on getting the Nasturtium to germinate. That's all it does. I'm going to put these seeds somewhere safe so the wind doesn't blow them away. And then I'm going to take you guys over to my germination station so that you can see my very low-tech setup and how I germinate seeds. Alrighty. I have to show you guys something. What the heck is this? I think... Does that look like a squash to anybody else? I don't understand what this is or how it got there, but it's about to get transplanted so that it doesn't die in case it's a squash or a cucumber. It's some kind of curcubit, I think. We're about to have a rescue mission. If y'all know what that is, if you recognize it, please let me know. I would know if I dropped one of those seeds. Those are big seeds. I don't understand how that happened. Anyway, we're now at my germination station, so I'm going to show you guys what I've got going on. This is my super low-tech germination station. You can see some of the Nasturtium I started last week. I've got more ground cherries here, dill here, a variety of things, some of which take, a couple, like 7 to 10 days to germinate, so we'll see what germinates and what doesn't. These are supposed to be some fall okra. I don't think they're going to germinate. All the seeds that I planted from there are a bit experimental because they're from okra that the ants got. Y'all remember my ant journeys? And I don't think they were really able to develop well. I just wanted to see if they would germinate. I'm not really expecting them to, so we'll see. Also, I got a lot of comments and questions about my exact proportions for the borax sugar mixture with the fire ants. I have found more fire ants since I made that video, and I'm going to film a very specific video on how to get rid of fire ants and show you guys in detail what to do. It's going to be a great time. Everybody likes getting rid of fire ants. This wind is fun. But about my station. So it is just steps next to a raised bed that my husband built me so I don't have to put all of my cups and stuff in the gazebo that we call the Princess Palace. Mostly because my dog continually knocks those over. But this works because it's under a tree, so it doesn't get a ton of direct sunlight. It obviously gets enough. It also, when we have weeks like this past week where there's just an amazing amount of rain, the tree helps kind of prevent them from getting too much, more or less. I don't know if there was really a way this past week to prevent them from getting too much, which is why some of the things may have drowned, like the Lady Godiva squash that I was thinking. We will find out. But that's all I do is sit them out there. If it gets too hot for some of those things, they're in trays, they're in cups, so it's really easy for me to move them to my back porch where they can get some shade and, a little break from that heat. And otherwise I just leave them out there. While there are some hardships to Florida gardening, there are other perks, such as it is really easy to get things to start growing. It can be hard to keep them alive, particularly in July, but it's pretty easy to get them to start. Doesn't that look exciting? As things germinate and get big enough, I'm going to be planting a lot of them out. I'm doing a lot of succession planting. One of the things I'm most excited about that I haven't started at all yet is turnips, because I prefer to direct sow those, and they are going in that bed that has the Thai soldier beans right now. So those will be coming out soon, and turnips going in. This is a very exciting time of year for Florida gardeners. If you have a Florida gardener in your life, congratulate them on surviving the summer and making it to fall. If you have any questions about gardening in Florida in the fall, please leave them in the comments below and I will answer them as best as I can. If you have any tips for gardening in Florida in the fall, definitely leave those below and I will love you forever. And if you'd like to follow along as we try and grow things in what is usually considered the off season, be sure and hit subscribe. Thanks so much for watching, guys. We'll talk soon.